You're on Curtain Call with Eric Ball, where today we are on the Fringe. We've got some guests from Las Vegas Little Theater and from Ragtag Entertainment, so stay tuned. We're here for the next 2 hours.
Excellent, folks. Oh, my gosh. What a week. I mean, you've been busy. I know.
I have been fringing like crazy.
Fringe. I wore fringe today.
It was
I
very
thought it was
sexy.
a very different take on things. I thought it was. I brought out my old cowboy vest from the 1980s, and I thought I was going to be good, but I don't wear it in this neighborhood.
You might want to wear a shirt under it next time.
Well, it was hot in here last week, and so I thought, this was a good. This is the way to go.
Village people theme today.
Yeah. Well, anyways, welcome to Curtain Call. I'm Eric Ball with Glenn Heath and Carrie Ann Parks, as always. Intern Kelly joining us beyond the glass in the other room, making faces at me and writing on the dry erase board. So we're going to have lots of fun this week. Yeah, we have Walter Niadlik, and I hope I said that right.
You did.
Excellent. And TJ Larson in the studio with us from Las Vegas Little Theater to talk about the Fringe Festival that's already started and is going to be going until the end of next week. Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. And we're going to learn all about
all 400 shows.
Yeah, I mean, so anyways, welcome. Thank you for being on the show. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Tell us now, Las Vegas Little Theater, staple of Las Vegas theater, if you ask me. I mean, that's all there is to it. But what about the Fringe Festival do we all need to understand and know about that is different from, say, just a regular season show or something at the Little Theater?
Well, it's not just a show. It's really a buffet of theater, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
There are 9 companies participating this year, and the schedule varies day by day which shows are going up. So if you came in on a Saturday around 1:30, 2 in the afternoon, you could stay till late into the evening and see a whole bunch of different shows on a whole bunch of different topics. And
I remember it from last year, and I when I saw festival, being from the Midwest, I was thinking about local vendors and folding tables selling their wares in the streets at one designated time. Beaded cozies
And beeswax lotion.
Yeah,
like the Electric Daisy carnival or something?
things like that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's coming up.
but it's nothing really like that. It's more like an elective schedule class list for an incoming freshman. You get to pick what you want to see based on what you think. You take a look at what you have offered here this year, and it's a veritable cornucopia of theater. And I mean, and are they bite-sized theater morsels, or are they full-length plays?
One program is a shorts program. It's 3 shorts, all around 10 to 15 minutes. I'm TJ, by the way, for my voice. The rest of the productions are between 40 minutes and 85 minutes. So they are small portions, I would say. But there's not a 2.5 hour epic or anything like that. But I certainly would say that if you were to go into a play, sit there for 50 minutes, and let's just say, for instance, that wasn't necessarily your particular taste. Within another half an hour, you could sit down for another 40 minutes and get something that might be more suitable to your palate.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And from last year, there was like you said, not to steal your word because it's so brilliant, cornucopia.
A veritable
cornucopia. Yeah. But from something I've noticed is a lot of the productions are from local authors.
Even more this year, actually.
Yeah. Now, how many years is this for the Fringe Festival?
3.
3. Okay, so we're in our 3rd year.
Yes.
And I'm guessing it's just gotten bigger every year, especially with the number of actors and productions that are involved with
Oddly enough, we shrunk just a little bit this year. We had 11 last year. We have 9 this year.
Oh, okay.
I think one of the reasons being is we had such a hectic schedule in Las Vegas theater in general.
Sure.
I remember in the month of April there were 2 weekends where at least 3 plays were opening all at the same time. And I think a heavy schedule in the spring has overloaded a few companies. We certainly reached out to everybody we could possibly think of, and we invited a couple of groups that didn't make it to the Fringe Festival that had high hopes to make it here. Were both Insurgo Company, who was scheduled in one of those Fringe short spots, and also Cockroach. Now, the reason Cockroach didn't show was because they are opening their new space downtown. It's very exciting for them, but they wanted to put all of their effort into that opening.
And Encirgo just had King John opening up as well. So
They're postponed a little bit now, aren't they?
well, I wasn't sure if they opened and then postponed because of illness in the cast, or
they
if
tried
they
to
actually had
press
to postpone
forward
the
because
entire
of
illness.
that illness. Unfortunately, they had a secondary illness to
Okay.
the woman that they recast. So
Well, that's just their way of marketing. They're building up the suspense. We can't wait to see King
Well,
John.
well, it's Shakespeare, so the suspense
know.
is either happy ending or death.
That's how you. So we're hoping for the first one. That's the way things go.
Well,
but
unless they
it's-
rewrote it, I
but it's a
don't think so.
It's perfectly parked in the perfect spot of the year, if you ask me, though, because school's ending. People are just now looking forward to summer break. Perfect time to go out and just get like appetizer-sized portions of theater, if you
Yes.
will. So yeah, I mean it's it looks like it's great. Carrie Ann, I'm gonna swing things over to you because you have been asked to actually go and attend all these shows, and you're going to be part of the judging for the festival.
am.
So tell us your take of this whole.
Well, now this is my first real Fringe festival. I did catch one of the shows last year, but this time I've gone to a few of them now, and like you were saying, TJ, there are some that really resonated with me that I could relate to. I really enjoyed, and so far there have been a few also that I'm just maybe not my cup of tea, but maybe it's just kind of going over my head a little bit, or I'm just not familiar with what it's based on, kind of thing. But what I'm really loving about it is that there's such a variety of people, not just on stage, but in the audience. And
Nice.
it's like crossovers of TV shows happening, and it's so exciting. And
You walk onto the Warner Brothers lot, and you're like, well, there's Goofy, and there's not.
Oh my
Goofy.
goodness.
That's not Goofy. That's Disney.
that's Disney.
Anyways, yes.
Curtain call now sponsored by Disney.
Yes, so many familiar faces. And last night I had the opportunity to see a play written by Miss Erica Griffin, a show called Roles for Women. And that show resonated with me because it's all about the audition process for a Las Vegas community theater show.
Wow.
And it's hilarious.
And what's probably funny is those women in that cast probably have competed against each other in real life for
yes.
certain roles.
I would have loved to have seen the audition process for that show. I mean, maybe they just said, okay, do a show. And then when it actually comes time for the show, all right, do the audition. It's kind of like a, never mind. Now,
Knowing Erica, it could have been written just specifically for that. So she was probably writing Spearminted, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to write something about this process of casting.
so
a
did it
female role.
resonate with you because you liked the storyline, or because you liked the idea and the formulaic concept of the?
Oh, all of it.
Huh.
Yeah, it is hilarious, very true to life, exaggerated slightly, of course. But then one of my favorite things also is the theater experience for me personally is such that when I see a show performed live, I get sucked right into it. I am part of that show. And then afterwards, when I get to see the cast outside, if there's someone who really gave a great performance or there's a character that I really admired, it's like I am starstruck. And that happened to me with Miss Stacia last night. And I think I stopped her after the show and it was, Stacia, you did such a great job. I love seeing you. Just kept, words flowed out of my mouth. I don't know if they made any sense at all. And she just said, yeah, thanks. I'm going to get a brownie. Thanks for coming. That was great.
The Myers must have made brownies last night.
Oh, good times. Now, what are some of the not disadvantages? What are some of the difficulties in putting up a festival like this in your space? Because you got a great space. You have the main stage and you have the black box,
and the studio.
And the studio theater. I'm sorry, yes, and the studio theater. What like scheduling, and is it hard? I mean, you said something about having reduced numbers a little bit, but
yeah, no, I work on all the scheduling, including not only the performances but also getting the companies in there for their dress rehearsals and their technical rehearsals and things like that. After 2 years of doing this, it's gotten a little bit easier, but certainly you have to be able to adjust on the fly. We've ran into some situations where people either didn't have a cast member or really due to unfortunate circumstances couldn't make those rehearsals, but out of the 3 years, we've just had our first canceled performance due to an untimely incident where somebody couldn't be there next Friday. That's Test Market Theater's asphyxiation masturbation show. They let me know well in advance, and we've actually taken one of the other shows, the shorts, the Fringe shorts, and plugged that into that slot. And you can catch that at, I believe, 8:30 on Friday night if you guys are interested.
The schedule itself is available on LVLT's website.
Yes.
Just for our
Which is
listeners.
lvlt.org, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah, so go check that out. I mean, you should go check out what's coming up with LVLT anyways. I mean, not just the Fringe Festival, which is happening right now. And if you want to go see it, you could go see it and get tickets for next week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, yes?
Those are our box office.
No, those are the box office hours. Excellent. When do the shows play? I'm sorry.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, starting at about 7 o'clock in the evening on Friday and Saturday, or excuse me, Thursday and Friday. Saturday starts at about 1:30 in the afternoon.
I believe it's 2 this weekend.
Or 2 in the afternoon and goes till, I believe, 9.
10. The last performance starts at 9, so yes.
And then it's pretty much the same thing on Sunday. It's an all-day event this coming Sunday as well.
And the shows themselves are not in the same time slot. So, Test Market's production isn't in the same time slot every time it's performed.
Exactly.
And each show is performed 3 or 4 times?
Most shows got 5 performances.
5? Wow, okay.
5.
I would like to mention that our final performance, it's called the Final Four. It's actually a satire, a parody of the Fringe Festival itself.
Okay.
It's a one-time event, and it happens at 8 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
So please come out and support that, especially if you've seen some of the Fringe shows and you've gotten the culture of what's going on with all the different performances going on at the same time. It's going to be a pretty big, fun send-off of the entire festival.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Last year, there was Best of Fringe, and I'm not sure really how that played out last year. If I'm not mistaken, it was Wind in the Willows that was...
I'm sorry not to jump in on
No.
it. Actually, it was the Blue Hour.
Blue Hour.
And once again,
My
Erica
apologies.
Griffin's original Casa de Nada.
Okay.
And I might have to back a little bit of my words from before. That actually did have a cancellation. The Atlas Company could not do their encore
performance. Okay. Is that something that may still happen this year as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
And you can look for those Best of Fringe shows, the encore performances, Friday and Saturday of the following week, which I believe is the 16th and 17th, or the 15th and 16th. I don't have a calendar.
So, yeah.
And my apologies to the casts of the Blue Hour and Casa de Nada.
Right, and I feel totally bad not having every element of the schedule memorized.
No.
Well, I was going to ask you to alphabetically name every actor in every show by age.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to worry. But just go to the website, lvlt.org. You'll see the schedule. You'll see where to buy tickets. You'll see descriptions of all the shows. You'll see everything you need there. Well, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be back with TJ Larson and Walter Niadlik with the Las Vegas Little Theater. I have to I just kind of,
It's curtain call with Eric Ball.
Thank you. We'll be back.
Sorry with the fringe on top. Watch that fringe and see how it flutters